The Coral Daily Download on Talk Sport with Coral. Your best bet for breakfast.
8:21, Simon Clare. Good morning, Simon.
Morning,
Simon.
Al. Morning, guys. How are you?
We're ready. We're getting ready for the dogs.
Well,
we're
Al's
getting ready.
Al's looking really lively this morning.
Me, I'm
it's
lively.
impressive.
I'm lively.
8:21 in the morning, and he's buzzing.
It's the iPro. It's the iPro Citrus. Lovely jubbly.
He keeps swigging something over here.
I don't know. Well, you don't know what's in it. But it's lovely.
we know that's not. But listen, I'll tell you you're on for Still next Tuesday. The Essex Vars down at the Pavilion Restaurant. You're both there on the table plan. So
you know, Paddy wants to come.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there is
He's
room.
whinging at me today. He said, "Where's my invite?" I said, "Well, speak to Simon."
Look, there is room. It's a big table, so we can slot him in. As long as he's on his best
looking forward to
behaviour,
that.
Mike Parry. And listen, I woke up this morning to hear Ray listing Arsenal injuries and felt like going straight back to bed again.
What about
Walcott,
Jack?
Wilshere. Oh, no.
I know.
Can I ask just one question? He plays, a bit like Rooney used to, he plays on the edge of anger all the time, which means, does he just stretch and reach for challenges he doesn't need to go for, Ray? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's showing that little bit of desire. You can see it. You saw it, the Fellaini incident. He was lucky not to get sent off there, to be honest with you.
I watched Lampard last night. At one point, Ribery dived for a foul, and years ago you'd be angry about it, and he smiled and picked him up. And you just think there's a way of playing which probably just helps you a little bit. But I know some players play with. You look at you, Ray. You were probably an angry player.
Yeah, I mean, you put
Ray
your
was
foot
always
in.
stretching, wasn't he? He was always stretching. You know, it's that second
Always
touch.
got the ball though.
Well, that's it. You never lost the ball, Ray.
But,
Simon, what about? Let's look back first of all at last night's. It was unbelievable. There was that late equaliser in Moscow, which gives City a chance, and then it looks as if City were going to be beat by 10 men till Aguero suddenly turned up the turbo. Just superb.
It was, wasn't it? I mean, it was a brilliant game, and you didn't really think it was going to happen for them, did you? Bayern Munich almost looked comfortable 10, but well played. Listen, one thing they haven't done that much is almost do those heroic comeback City. They've been sort of disappointing, but that could lift their season. They're 33s now to win the Champions League. Big ask, clearly, but now they've got a right chance of getting through. It's 5-1 Chelsea. Very interesting. This Chelsea are third favourites. They're ahead of Barcelona after a brilliant win. They are. It's 130 Bayern, 130 Real, and then Madrid, and 5-1 Chelsea, 11-2 Barcelona. Those are the big four. 14's Bar, their PSG.
11-2 Barcelona. That's a bit of value, I think.
And I mean, just bouncing back to City and Roma, it's 5-6 City to qualify. Favourites ahead of Roma at 11-10. So the bookies say City could well be in the knockout stages.
And Simon, some big games tonight.
Yeah.
Big game for Liverpool. Ludogorets away from home need to win to give them a chance. And also Arsenal at the Emirates need a point. But how do you see this one tonight? Because the Dortmund team are a different sort of side when they play in the Champions League compared to the Bundesliga. But will they get a clean sheet, Arsenal, tonight, and get the job done and get that point they need?
Yeah, again, I'm looking at the betting. It's a 13-10 Arsenal. It's 11-5 Dortmund. So Arsenal are favourites in a tight match. I've been there for, I think, the last times Arsenal played German opposition at the Emirates. They lost against Bayern Munich, Schalke and Dortmund in those two games. Luckily, I'm not going at Arsenal tonight, so that should mean you've got a chance of winning. Listen, let's hope they do. I mean, they miss, obviously, Sanchez at 4-1 to score first, Welbeck at 5-1 to score first. Key players. It'd be great to get a win. I mean, I think they'll definitely qualify for the knockout stages. It looks highly unlikely they're going to win the group, so it's one of those second-placed, nerve-wracking draws they'll face. But looking at, Barcelona could be not in the top spot in their group. They could be in a second place, the pool. So who knows? Maybe do you know what? We know one thing, right? If Arsenal get through, they just need a bit of luck with that last 16 draw, and then they can get going in the Champions League. But the last few years, they've drawn big sides, and the knockouts have been knocked out. So cross fingers. I think they'll get through. Let's hope they can progress a bit further.
And Simon, a little bit of value for Liverpool because obviously people are waiting, they're having a poor run of games at the moment, need a result. But I think they'll win tonight. So is there good value there tonight for Liverpool?
I do. I think there is. I mean, they're just a shade of odds on 19-20. Couldn't be a sliver of odds on. Nearly even money at 16-5, top price Ludogorets. I don't think we'll have many English punters backing them. So yes, I'm very hopeful. 5-6 Liverpool to qualify. Evens, Basel. This is a massive game. Win tonight, I think they will go through. So maybe back Liverpool to qualify at 5-6, and also a few quid on Liverpool tonight to beat Ludogorets.
Talking about fighting fifth. Talking about fighting. We're going to talk to Eubank Jr. a little bit later, and of course he takes on Billy Joe Saunders on the big night of Chisora Fury. Let's start with Billy Joe Eubank. How do we bet?
Yeah, I mean, well, the interesting thing about this is that we are sponsoring the card. It's our first venture into
Really?
boxing. Yes, we are. We're sponsoring the card. It's our first venture into boxing sponsorship. And so, yeah, we're very quite interested. We'll come on to the snooker in a second, but me and Dave Stevens and John Hill will be there ringside.
Steve-O couldn't fight sleep.
Listen, we don't even know who to cheer on. We're trying to work out. I think we're going to cheer on Tyson Fury, but Chris Eubanks Jr. Is 6-5 against Billy Joe Saunders. He's the underdog in the match, so that'll be very interesting. Billy Joe Saunders 4-6, and then the Chisora Fury fight, which is obviously headlining the card. They've got the weigh-in on Friday. Tyson Fury is hot favourite at 2-5, but we're top priced that. We're 2-1. Derek Chisora. I think, clearly, I think this is going to be interesting. This is obviously the match that should have taken place a couple of months ago. A lot of heat in it, which is always good fun. We don't quite know how to behave ringside. Right by the, do we stand up and sort of throw punches and get all carried away? Climb into the ring and I don't know. What do we do?
No, and you can't sneak off to the bar if you're ringside. I'd go back a few. What about the Rocket in the Coral UK snooker?
Right, and we're sponsoring this as well. Again, I don't know what's going on. We're chucking away money like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, Barry Hearn, very persuasive, has persuaded Coral to sponsor the UK Championship, a massive event. This actually, I look back through the record books. We sponsored this in 1978 to 1985, so it's a bit of a homecoming for Coral in this particular tournament. Ronnie O'Sullivan, top price 5-2. He's won 4 of these. Needs 1 more to equal Stephen Hendry, 2 more to equal Steve Davis, who's won more than any at 6. And then 8-1, Robertson, Selby, Trump, 10 Ding Junhui. So a terrific tournament. And Nicola McGeady is heading up to the York Barbican for the weekend to represent us there. So the Coral PR team never been worked harder out.
Brilliant. Simon, great. We'll talk later. Thank you.
Thanks,
Simon
guys.
Clare
Thanks,
with
Ray.
all the odds, the big sporting odds from Coral.
The Coral Daily Download on Talk Sport with Coral. Your best bet for breakfast.